Hello everyone. Okay, give me 1 second. Getting my phone propped up so it doesn't fall over. Yes, I'm hiding in the bathroom. Don't mind my hair. I have been up for like ever. We got up at like 5 o'clock this morning. Oh my god, do you see this? Oh, whatever. Okay, so yeah, we got up super early. I got up super early. I was doing some self-development. And when I talk about self-development, like I have been reading this book right here, Eric Worre Go Pro. It's fantastic. So I named the title of this live, You Gotta Show Up. So what does that mean? So I want to tell you guys exactly what I mean by showing up. And this isn't just for my company. This isn't, hey Tiff, this isn't just for my business that I do. This is in general for like everybody's business, everybody's everything in life in general. Okay, so like if you have another business that you run, but I had to share it, and I told my sponsor Michelle that I was going to be sharing it. So let's see if I can get her invited real quick. She might be busy, I'm not sure. So okay, so we'll see if she hops on. If not, she can watch the replay. If you're hopping on right now, give me a high five like Tiffany did. Wave to me. If you're watching the replay, just let me know. I'm just curious, like, who is hopping on and who is here. Hello, Lee. Okay, so there's an actual spot in here that I want to read from. So let me find the page real fast. Hold on, guys. And it talks about showing up. I have it all marked off. Hello, Katie. Hopefully the baby stays sleeping. She is napping right now. I think I have it. Yes. Okay. So it's kind of talking about like events and going to events and stuff like that. So I'm gonna like grab blurbs from different things and that it says in here. So guys, please listen and take this to heart, because it's truly like something clicked this morning and it totally 100% makes sense. So technology can help us connect with people in so many different ways, but face-to-face is 100 times better, okay? So he says meeting people one-on-one, small groups, local or big events make a huge impact on long-term success of network marketing, okay? But one particular type of event is more powerful, and that is a destination event. Okay, so what that means is you're going someplace. You're going to a city. You're going, hello Marissa, you're going to a local. You're going to a convention, a conference center. You're going to somebody's house. You're going someplace, okay? Some people try to argue that destination events are a dead end and that technology is the new way, but people don't have to travel for technology, and they won't, you can just sit there and be on at any point in time. But going and seeing people face to face is like a huge turn of events. Okay, so something magical, and this is so true, and I will give you my example at the end. So something magical about getting away from your day-to-day grind and focusing completely on your dreams. Total immersion, even if you're only going for a day. You can use this to refocus, recommit to your future, and gather the strength necessary to go back home and do what's necessary to move your business forward. You gain strength from the presentations you hear during the event. Sometimes a person says something at just the right time in your life and it changes you forever. This is Eric's example, okay? Eric Worre. Over 20 years ago, I was at a convention when a guy by the name of Johnny Daniel said, "You can tell the size of a man by the size of the problem that gets him down." That statement went right into my heart and has helped me ever since. If I ever get sad or depressed, something inside me says, "Is this the size of Eric?" I answer no, pick myself up, and get moving again. So he's had hundreds of these moments over the years at destination events. I gave up blaming at an event. I decided to become a professional at an event. I realized no one could stop me at an event. I decided to go to the top at an event. In fact, as I think back, I can't think of a single significant moment in my network marketing career that didn't happen at an event. They are powerful. Okay, so next spot, he says, in addition to gaining strength from your presenters, you're receiving incredible validation of your decision to be involved. It's a concept called social proof, and it's very important. As human beings, we're wired to seek proof from sources outside of our own thoughts and experiences. At a destination event, you see lots of other people who've made the same decision you have, and that feels good. Also, you see how some of them have overcome their fears and gone to the highest levels in your company. You start to think, if they can do it, so can I. There's also some positive peer pressure involved. Most destination events include recognition programs, who won the contest, moved to the next rank, earned the top income, or spoke on the stage. So even if you go to, say, for example, a local, and you hear other people's stories on how something has changed their life, it's the same kind of idea. You are getting that third-party validation from somebody else on what this has done for them and what it's done for their company and what it's done for their life. When I went to my first event and saw all the people walking across the stage, I had one thought. And this right here, this sentence that I'm about to read, this paragraph, is what triggered it for me. I went to my last conference, and what he's saying right here in this paragraph is exactly the same thing that triggered in my mind, okay? The next time, I'll be walking across that stage. It was so inspiring that so many people had accomplished what I hadn't done yet. It made me think that I can do it, and it made me work on a plan to make it happen. In addition to being inspired, I also didn't want to show up at the next event without some improvement in my business. That positive peer pressure helped me face my fears and make it happen. Guys, when I went to my last event, which was conference back in April, I came home. I was sitting at a 12K for about a year. I came home and I went 40K, which is now the second to the top rank of the company. Okay, so when I say showing up to these events, going to a local and hopping on and hearing their stories, it makes such a crazy, insane difference in how you feel and how you're motivated that it's life-changing. Like, it's not just like the little life-changing, it's a huge moment that now I can do this, and what I just seen them do or how they feel, I want to feel that. I will do that. So, and you can use what I just said for overall life too, not just in a network marketing career or not just with my company, because he doesn't write this book for my company, he writes this in general. So overall, the sense of community at a destination event is comforting. We all live in a world filled with ignorant people when it comes to network marketing. That can get discouraging at times. But when we go to a big event, suddenly we are surrounded by people who think like we think. They have similar beliefs, hopes, dreams, aspirations, and positive attitudes. Spending time with this amazing group of people can literally fill us back up again, so we have strength for the next push. Once you understand how important destination events are in the success of your business, you will need to learn how to effectively promote them to your organization. It's really that simple. The more people from your groups that attend events, the more money you're going to make in your profession. Top earners know exactly how many people are attending, and they make sure that the next event, more people attend that event. So think about it. 2 distributors who have a group of 100 people. Distributor A makes it a priority and gets everyone to attend every major destination event. Distributor B doesn't make it a priority, so only a handful attend. Which group is going to be more successful? It's not a contest. You just seen the answer right there. Distributor A. They're making it a priority. The first step in developing a culture that promotes attendance at destination events is to personally be committed that anyone else is attending and help others make the same decision. That means you need to lead by example and never, ever, ever miss a destination event. Guys, I can tell you from my personal experience, I have attended, and Michelle's on now too, and she can attest to this too. Even if I don't want to, even if there is something wrong, even if I have a sick child, even if I don't have a sitter, I will make damn sure that I get to that event and I push my team to do the same exact thing. When we went to conference, ride with me. I had 2 girls ride in my car with me so that way they could make it because they couldn't afford to drive down on their own. So yes, you do whatever you need to do to make it so those people can see their dreams as well. When I first started in this profession, I didn't know how I was going to do it. I didn't have the money and I couldn't afford it at the time. I had the same obstacles as anyone else, but something happened to me at my first event that changed everything. I scraped up enough money to get there and it was a mind-blowing experience. The stage, the lights, the people, the stories. It was awesome. During one of the sessions, I stepped out to go to the bathroom, and when I came back to the entrance, the big convention hall, I found myself standing next to the one on the top earners in the whole company. It was like standing next to a celebrity. I've been there. I've done that. He had achieved what I wanted to achieve and more. I stood there trying to think of something smart to say. Finally, I simply introduced myself and asked, "What's the secret?" Today I know there isn't a secret, and he could have said the same thing to me, but instead he had a little compassion and gave me an important lesson that serves me to this day. Are you listening, guys? He said, "Eric, do you see this room? It holds 2,000 people. We have these events about 3 times a year. Here's the secret. At the next event, half of these people won't come back, but the other half that does will be making about twice the average of everyone else in the room. Your job is to be in the 1,000 people who come back, and it doesn't stop there. At the next event, half of those 1,000 won't come back, but the 500 who do will be making 4 times the amount of the average in that room. That continues from event to event. If you continue to come back, you'll end up being among the highest paid people in the room, and eventually you'll even find yourself presenting on stage." Michelle and I have been talking about this forever. This makes me want to cry because her and I discuss this, and we always say that you have to go up to show up. Like, that's our motto. But we're gonna go back. We're gonna figure it out how to get to conference one way or another. And guess what? We make more than we did last year. I said, "That's it." And he replied, "Eric, obviously you're going to have to continue to work on your skills in between events, but my experience has shown me that if you outlast people at our big events, you'll make it to the top." This was pretty simple for me to understand. I thanked him and made a resolution on the spot to never miss a big company event. It wasn't easy. Sometimes the tickets alone were a problem. I made it a priority. I found a way to buy them. Sometimes childcare was an issue. Okay, so everything he just says, I just said. Guys, it's not always going to be easy, but you are going to figure it out. And if you figure it out, that's the best thing you're going to do for your life. On top of that, another strange thing happened. I started to feel different than everyone else. I started to feel like an Iron Man. I started to be proud of the fact that I was still standing when other people lost faith. So if you're more committed than anyone else to attending these destination events, that all-important commitment will serve you very well. Once you are fully committed, the next step is to grow the number of people on your team that attend with you. Most people announce the next big event in their group, sit back and hope people register. Professionals understand there's a big difference between being an announcer and being a promoter. So that means you need to, like what I said, share that event, share the motivation, help them get there. Promoters make the event a priority in their group. They're relentless with their message. They tell stories that inspire people to action. They take nothing for granted and don't rest until people have registered. They paint a picture in people's mind about how great the event will be and the benefits of attending. One thing I learned along the way was to never buy someone else's excuse, at least at the beginning. I can't tell you how many people started off by telling me the reasons they couldn't attend the next destination. So Michelle, if you're still on, this is what I was talking about on the phone to you before, this quote right here. I can't tell you how many people started off by telling me the reasons they couldn't attend the next destination event, only to find out their reason was just an excuse. It wasn't really true. The problem with amateurs is they buy that first story and that's the end of it. A person says, I can't get off work, or I can't afford it, or I can't arrange childcare, or who's going to watch my dog, or there's a birthday party that weekend. And the amateur says, oh well, it is what it is. I hope you can make it to the next one. The professional has a completely different mindset. When they hear an objection, they don't buy that story because they know it's probably not real, or at least not real enough. Instead, they work with the person to help them understand the meaning of importance of attending this event. Then they brainstorm with them to figure out a way to overcome their initial problem. I can't tell you how many people I've talked to who had already decided they weren't going to attend the event, and within 5 minutes, they've changed their mind and registered. The lesson here is to tell you your story. Don't buy theirs. Think of this skill as if you are a publicly trading company and your stock valued is tied directly to how many people you have at each destination event. If that were the case, you'd make it a priority to always have a bigger number at the next event, wouldn't you? You might start with just you at the first event, but then the goal needs to be to bring some people with you to the next one and to grow the number at the next, and the next, and the next. There's no such thing as a silver bullet in network marketing, but this skill is as close as it gets. Guys, so over the weekend, I had an event. It was just a dream board party event, but it was still an event. It doesn't matter what kind of event it is. It doesn't matter if it's for Thrive, if it's for Young Living, if it's for makeup, if it's for Mary Kay. It doesn't matter what the event is for. You have to show up. Stop with the excuses. Because if you have those excuses, you will go nowhere. Your company is going to be full of excuses. The people you surround yourself with is going to be full of excuses. The only person that can change those excuses are yourself. And I've been there. I was that person full of excuses. I made those excuses. And the only person that's going to change those excuses are you. You're going to attract people that have those excuses. Is that what you want to attract, or would you rather attract people that don't have those excuses? So you have to decide what your life is going to be made of. Excuses, or do you want to go to the top? So that I had to share this. I read this morning and I had to share, because there's so many people that, especially right now, January is a hard month for so many people. And right now, I felt the need, like, this had to be shared. So guys, feel free to share this video, tag your friends, tag as many people as you want, and share this, because everybody needs to hear this. And it's not just coming from me. It is coming from Eric Worre, and he makes a lot of money, guys. He knows what he's doing. He started at the bottom. Okay? So share this and do this, guys. You can do this. Becky, I absolutely love that that's how we're ending it, and you just said what you just said. I like, more power to you, girl. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. Like I said, feel free to share this video, tag people in this video, whatever you need to do. If you're watching the replay, say replay in the bottom, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Thanks for tuning in.